and construction, and this presentation is designed for second and third year students because mostly the content is just more towards what you would be interested in. The 4-year plans for all of the programs can be found on our website, sdc.wsu.edu. You guys have all been admitted under a previous plan. So you want to make sure you're looking at the plan for the year you were admitted into your major. You can find the 4-year advising guides on our website here, just under sdc.wsu.edu under student resources. You'll find this, all the 4-year advising guides. Also, you'll find articulation agreements if you're a transfer student, and there's a lot of really helpful links on this website. I suggest that you know how to use the SDC website. Go to it, look for things all the time. You can also see on here where you can schedule an appointment at Navigate or contact your director, your advisor directly. I really like my students to just go to Navigate and schedule an appointment. It will help you schedule around your class and around my schedule. It's just a really convenient tool, and I wish everybody would use that for scheduling appointments. Navigating the student homepage, what I'm going to talk about first is how to look at your academic requirements report. That's a pretty important thing for everyone to know how to look at so that you know if you're meeting all of the academic requirements and you're on track for graduation. You can find your academic requirements report here under the academic advising tab. So the steps to view it are academic advising, then select academic progress, view report as a PDF, and then view your academic requirements report will show not met, or as anything that is not met as not satisfied. Here's an example of where you would look. Of course, in the academic advising tab, I think that's the most important one because I'm an advisor, of course. Then under academic progress, and then you'll select the view report as PDF. You must allow pop-ups, must be allowed to be able to view it as a PDF. And it comes out in a nice clean report like this, and anything that's not satisfied is showing in red. You'll note that this requirement does not include in-progress classes, so make sure you're reading the whole report to see what you've got. The first part of it goes through all of your UCOR and what needs to be, if you have UCOR still left to be satisfied. The next part of the report would go through your major. And then the part after that would go through any minors. So if you're an architecture major with a CM minor, it will show what you've met in architecture, plus it will show your CM minor and what's still left to be satisfied. The requirements not met, not satisfied, usually they're listed below that, what you need to do. Everybody at this point needs to be able to know how to look at their academic progress report. Enrollment dates have not been put in myWSU yet, but they will be there sometime next week. I would say probably about Wednesday. The class schedule will be available tomorrow, and enrollment dates and holds will go into myWSU next week. I would suggest you look at your enrollment date and know the earliest time that you can enroll. Say, for instance, your time is November 11th at 10 o'clock. That means November 11th at 10 o'clock is the best time for you to be set and ready to enroll in your classes. If you try to enroll at 9 o'clock, you're going to get an error that says not a valid appointment date. You have to wait until the date and the time. So know that you're looking for both of those. And those can be found under the Manage Classes tile in your myWSU. That's also where you would enroll in classes, and I'm pretty sure most of you know how to use this class search and enroll. Pick your semester, make sure you're picking the right term and also the right campus when you're looking at everything. I like to use this schedules.wsu.edu just because it's a really handy tool. I usually have it open in one screen and have myWSU open in another screen. And then I can look at what the courses are offered and then pull them up in myWSU to see the schedules isn't up to date, so sometimes the classes will show that there's open seats once enrollment started, and there might not really be because it's not real time and myWSU is. So this is just a tool. You can't enroll from this, but it's a really handy tool to know. In the spring term, there are going to be some classes that will be face-to-face. You will be wanting to look at the notes on classes to see if they're web arranged, 100% synchronous. The dates and time are required for 100% synchronous, or if they're asynchronous. And we have a limited ability to offer some face-to-face courses. So definitely look for face-to-face courses in the spring. You guys already know how to enroll. You can enroll by your course number, subject, class, topic, lots of different ways. Just make sure when you're doing it that you're picking the Pullman campus. Make sure you're on the Pullman campus. And if you can click on these anywhere in the black, and it will give you the class information with the notes, which notes can be seen in the schedule of classes quite easily. You know, hit next once you select a class, and then accept, and then add to your shopping cart. You can add them to your shopping cart before your enrollment date, but you can't enroll in classes until your enrollment date gets here. I'm a big believer in validating your shopping cart. You add all your classes to your shopping cart, and then there's this little button, validate. If you hit validate before your enrollment date, you can do this as soon as the shopping cart opens. Hit validate, and if there's any issues with your shopping cart, it will let you know. If not, it will just say everything's complete and you're good to go. But if there's errors, it will let you know, and you can work on getting those straightened out. And then once your shopping cart is all validated and you're ready to go, you can easily just go in and hit enroll, click on the class and hit enroll once your enrollment date gets here. Julie, do you want to take over now?
Yes, I can definitely take over. So how do I drop a class, swap a class, view my position on the wait list? All of these can be answered by going to the Office of the Registrar's website, and it's registrar.wsu.edu. You'll find all the answers to all of those questions. A lot of them will have a video that's linked to the questions so you can view how to actually see your position on the wait list, or how do I order my transcripts. It will show you how. Also, it will tell you what messages, that if you get a message when you're trying to register for a course, it will tell you why you got that message. It could be that you haven't met the prereqs for the course, or the course is outside your career study. You'll get that message a lot of time when you try to register for a course on the global campus. You can't be taking courses on the Pullman campus as well as the global campus. So you just want to make sure that if you have questions about any of these, that you go to the registrar's website. Great tool to use. Can you switch that slide, Treva?
Yep, sorry.
No problem. So writing portfolio. They have changed the requirements for the writing portfolio. It's now going to be completed in Qualtrics, and it is, you no longer have to do the writing portion of the portfolio, the timed write. It's now you're only going to submit 2 college writing assignments. I skipped over the once you start it, you're given 1 week to complete it. So if you start the writing portfolio, you start the submission process, remember that you're only going to have 1 week to complete it. You're going to submit 2 college course writing assignments. Then you're going to answer a short series of questions. And then you're going to write a reflection required for each of the submissions that you put in for your writing sample. You will not be required to have an instructor's signature or a grade on the paper. There will not be a hold this spring for registration. So there will be a hold next spring for fall registration, but not for this spring. The hold now will go on after 75 credits. And you can check your milestones if you submitted the portfolio already to find out if you have everything complete. You can also ask Treva and I, but it's also in your academic report. It will say writing portfolio submitted and complete. If it's in red, that means that you're missing something. So you'll definitely want to check that. If you have any questions about it, please go to the website that we have listed here, which is writingprogram.wsu.edu, and then / university writing portfolio. Next. So Writing Center resources. This is a great place to go if you need any help with any kind of writing that you have to complete. They can help you with introductory paragraphs. They can do citation guides, because every instructor a lot of times has different ways they want you to cite things. They can help grammar. They can help you with resumes. All of this can be done through the Writing Center. So I hope that you're using that. It's a great resource for you to use. The next slide we have is emailing your professors, or Treva or I, or possibly a job, prospective job. It's really important that you are professional in your email. It's like you're writing a letter to someone. It's going to be the same process. You need to have, a dear professor, or Professor Peschel, or whoever you're writing the letter to. Use the correct title. Then state your name and what class you're talking about. Explain to them what it is that you're asking. And then finally, keep it short, because they have lots of students. Just make sure that you put everything in there that's relevant to your question, and then close it with, sincerely, whatever, any way that you want to close it. Be sure to fill out the subject line. Put it, if it's about a class, put the class in there. And make sure that you use the correct, don't use all caps, don't use all lowercase. You need to do it just like you would if you were sending out a letter. It needs to be professional. All right, next. So I guess next is, what questions do you have for us?